you got your cup of joe and filled up your morning with good things to know. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for saying hi. Together we make a difference. Be sure to come back by. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for saying hi. Together we make a difference. Be sure to come back by. Your cup of joe and filled up your morning with good things to know. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for saying hi. Together we make a difference. Be sure to come back by.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How
Happy
is everyone?
Monday.
Is it Monday?
Yeah. Oh my
it
gosh,
is.
it is. Yeah.
I only know when people tell me.
Right?
I don't look at clocks and calendars and times too often.
It feels like a Monday, though. It feels like a Monday. I think I've been up for like 6 hours already.
Yeah, I've been up quite a while too, but it's par for the course. Yeah.
Rondi, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you. Hello back.
Now let me pull up chat on there we go, on my computer so I can talk to you guys. Hard to do it. I can't talk to you guys on chat through my phone. I can't. It won't let me link it up right for some reason. It links up an older YouTube account and it never works. I gotta go on there. I gotta chat. That's why I'm always interrupting and talking to them, because I can't chat back and then the typing. So I'll do it from the computer.
It is weird. YouTube has a weirdness with their mobile app. Like, they need to get that shit figured out.
Well, it's the StreamYard. It's when I'm in StreamYard, I have to connect YouTube to it to be able to type in chat. It's only worked one time for me. I don't even care anymore. I don't even try. I'm not racking my brain over it. So I just join on the computer to type with everybody and chat. But I got you open on my phone.
Yeah, but even with YouTube though, even if you're not like in StreamYard, YouTube, right? I was
Pin that comment, Joe. Pin that comment. I love
her. There we go.
There you go, Dizzy. Bringing it this morning. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome into Monday Madness.
It is. It is. And then Divergent, welcome in. Good to see you in here. Good to see you. You know, we got some Lori Vallow Daybell stuff to share, right? So,
are we under subscribers mode only?
Are we?
Yeah, a moderator turned on subscribers only mode, and it wasn't me.
I don't
know. Only channel subscribers can send messages.
Well, then they should subscribe. Come on, people. There's only like 14 of you in here. Come on, subscribe. Come on. You can do it.
Oh, Dizzy did it. She said she always does it. I just...
She knows way more about this stuff than I do. She knows way more about this stuff than I do. So, sub up.
Oh, people. I don't. Yeah, it's a personal thing, I guess.
Yeah. I want, yeah, it's Lori Vallow Daybell, though. I mean,
You don't get a
so
lot of trolls in that case. I mean,
yeah, this is true. Like 99.999% of people think she's guilty, right?
They should.
But she dropped some court documents last week. Lori did, and it was interesting.
Busy. I was joking. I'm always picking at Joe. It's no, y'all do you. It's his channel. I've got no say so, and I don't really have a dog in the hunt. I was just messing with Joe. He messed with me hard yesterday.
I did.
He accused me of being wrong, and I had to prove him wrong. Jeez.
I have never lost an entire paycheck before, ever. And there it goes.
I'm about to send him my Cash App or my Venmo. I'm broke. YouTube don't want to pay me. They haven't yet.
Like I do some sports betting on, I'm not going to say the name of it because they're not a sponsor, but I just like bet $3 or $4 at a time. Like I'll put together like a 3 or 4 leg parlay, and I'll bet $3 or $4 on a 3 or 4 leg parlay. And most of the time they don't pay off, but I have never bet an entire paycheck on anything before.
Well, you did on me, and you learned better, didn't you?
I did.
Mm-hmm. Don't ever bet on me, dude. That's where people mess up. They underestimate me. Don't ever do that.
Oof, an entire paycheck. There it goes. All right. Oh, dang. All right. So Lori's doc drops. Let's start with Colby first, because Colby posted something that was just a short, and it cracked me up. He started. Colby Ryan.
Oh.
Colby Ryan. So he's her only surviving child, biological or adopted at this point. And we all know that she did an interview with him on social media. So if one of the mods can drop Colby Ryan's link in there, that would be great. Scar Wars, I think, is the name of his channel. He has come a long way in figuring out how to deal with this whole situation and figuring out how to deal with his mother unaliving his sister and adopted son JJ, Tylee and JJ. So, but he did something that was really lighthearted, and I gotta post it because it cracked me up. Is a hot dog a sandwich? We got to see this. Right. It's only like 30 seconds long, but it cracked me up, so I got to share it.
One of my big debates that I'm really frustrated with. I don't know why, and we'll just do it here.
So he starts out, one of my big debates that I'm really frustrated with. So your mother unalived your sister, but he's really frustrated with this debate on whether or not a hot dog is a sandwich. That cracks me up. This guy's for real.
But we're not going to get into too deep. Is a hot dog a sandwich? And it bothers me. Why does that bother me? I don't know why it bothers me, but to me, a hot dog's not a sandwich. It doesn't even what classifies a sandwich. Is it 2 pieces of bread? I don't understand. I'm getting frustrated just even asking the question to you guys. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that. We'll look it up on Google. There's going to be a bunch of different things. But yeah, we will get into different topics.
All right.
Hot dog's a hot dog and a sandwich is a sandwich.
Right. Yeah. Like a bun that is connected together at the bottom is not 2 pieces of bread. It's a bun.
A lot of times it falls apart and comes open anyway. It is 2 pieces, but it's still a bun.
But hamburgers come on buns too.
Hamburger buns aren't connected.
Nope, they're not.
Dudes are weird. I love you, Colby. But you guys are weird.
Right, like he has like serious heavy shit that he has to deal with and he has dealt with. And his growth is amazing. I have yeah, but anyway, he's on here posting a quick about is a hot dog a sandwich. I had to share it. I had to. All right. So this next thing we're going to see is also Colby. This is Colby Ryan, Lori's son. Did an interview with Nate Eaton of East Idaho News. And he's going to air it this Friday. It's going to be a members only thing, and I kind of have mixed feelings about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know what? It's his channel. He can do what he wants. So
I mean, I don't have an issue with doing members only stuff, but just some things I get it. I guess maybe he thinks he'll have trolls. I don't know.
Right.
But
all right. So I'm gonna play it. This is like a minute and a half. His intro to his interview with Nate Eaton that's gonna air this Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and play it just because I love Colby and I love Nate. I love them both. For whatever it is, for whatever it's worth, I love them both.
All right, guys, it's a good morning out here. Yeah, you already know. We had our special guest come on to the podcast. He was incredible. And that special guest is Nate Eaton. And man, we had an incredible conversation. You know, I've known him for a long time. We've never sat down and talked before. And after we did, it just really made me realize kind of, a whole different perspective. We had an incredible conversation. I can't wait for you guys to be a part of it. And I'm excited for this episode. So hope you guys enjoy it. And it will be premiering next week on Friday. So it'll be instead of our live next Friday, we will premiere that episode for you guys. I will be live in the chat talking with you and seeing what your thoughts are and being able to interact with you. So I think it's going to be really good. But it was a great podcast and it gives me hope for all the other guests that we're going to have on. But I just wanted to shout out Nate and, let you guys know that it was a really good episode and he's a really good dude. So I'm excited for you guys to see it. Love you and hopefully you enjoy it.
Do you really think we need to screen that far out?
Oh, hold on.
I know you're being...
Stop. Judge Bresky, no, stop. You do not have permission to proceed. But now we are going to get into the court documents that were filed last week. And the hearing, I think we're going to tackle the hearing first because you can't tell just by looking at the court camera, but the defense table is right in front of the court camera. So they've already decided that Court TV is going to be the quote unquote pool camera. And I don't know what that means yet. I have an email out to Court TV to explain to me what that means. Like, can I access that feed behind the scenes or do I have to access it like online? Do I have to air your feed on my channel? Either way, we're going to be showing it. But in this courtroom, which is a small courtroom, 30 seats in the gallery, the camera is right behind the defense's table. And seated at the table, so at the very beginning of this hearing, we saw that her investigator was allowed to come up and sit at the defense table. So you have 3 people seated at the defense table. You have Pamela Hicks is advisory counsel. And I forget the name of the other advisory counsel, but Pamela Hicks is seated at the table to Lori's right. Lori is in handcuffs, in leg chains, leg irons, whatever you want to call them. And her investigator is allowed to come up and sit to her left. So backup advisory counsel, whatever his name is off to the left, like behind and to the left of the defense table, which is directly in front of the camera. Like immediately in front of the camera. So you're never going to see him on the camera, but the camera's boom mic is right there. So there's going to be a discussion about disclosing evidence. I don't remember what the exact discussion was, but her advisory counsel gets up and talks to her other advisory counsel, and they talk right in front of the camera, and the camera's boom mic picks it up. I guarantee you, and I'm not betting another paycheck on it, but I guarantee you it's the boom mic and it's not Lori's mic that picks up this conversation. And it's there. And Dizzy and I kind of went back and forth about what we thought we heard, and maybe you hear a couple of different things, but she put in her closed captions on this video, and I don't disagree with it, but y'all need to hear it. So we're going to hear it first in this video, and then I'm going to pull up the enhanced audio version of it so you all can interpret for yourselves what you think we're hearing from this whispered conversation from one advisory counsel to the other. So you're going to have to turn your headphones up, but wait until after I do this first part first. I'm going to play about a minute of this conversation first, and then I'm going to play the enhanced audio version of it with subtitles. Either way, we shouldn't be hearing jack shit from the boom mic of the court camera. It is a whispered conversation between defense counsel, and we should not hear anything. This dude is not doing his job properly. That's my point in all of this. Like, whatever they whispered between themselves doesn't mean anything probably in the legality, but we shouldn't be hearing it. That's my point.
It happens more than you think.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right, here we go with the main court hearing, about a minute of the feed, and then we're going to listen to like a minute of this with enhanced video. Boop, boop, bloop, bloop, bloop. I got to do the bloop, bloop, bloop. Please tell me if you can't hear the audio, because that's going to irritate the crap out of me. I think you should be able to, though.
Overly cautious.
I think, especially given that I'm not positive we'll pick a jury in that first week, I think we should, Your Honor.
All right. Defense have any comment on how we're screened through May 15th?
I think it's plenty of time, Your Honor, myself.
All right, let's deal with a couple things. First, I've received the notice of compliance. That was when the defendant requested the Gilbert video. Is that apply to the second case or this case?
Your Honor, it's an incident that occurred in January. It's not really, it was disclosed because it is mentioned in the DR. The defense had filed a motion for the state to disclose that, and then had brought up again on the 11th that the state had not disclosed it, that there was some YouTube video of that. I have looked for said YouTube video. I have gone through the police report. I don't know what video she's discussing, but we're not aware of any video that hasn't been disclosed. So
I don't know. I'm not aware of what video she's discussing. So this is an important part. And you're getting ready to see advisory counsel seated to her right get up and walk around the defense table to her left and have a whispered conversation with the other advisory counsel to her left.
providing notice that disclosure is complete as to that police report that is peripherally relevant.
All right. Any comment on that?
Yes, Your Honor. For clarity, is the state proposing that there is no video, or that they don't have to give it to me because it's not attached to that DR number?
I think what she said was
Watch this side eye that advisory counsel gives her on this before advisory counsel gets up and walks around the table to talk to other advisory counsel. Watch this side eye. Like, I didn't catch this until this morning.
he's not aware of
Really?
you referenced. So as far as her
See that
knowledge,
side eye?
she doesn't have it and doesn't know about it.
So I should go directly to Gilbert Police
It was just like 2 seconds of side eye, but there was definitely some side eye there. I think, just in my opinion.
Department to get it?
Well, last time you were in court, you said your investigator or someone told you about it,
A mitigator.
a mitigator.
Showed it to me.
If they have that link, why don't they just send it to the state, and that may help the state determine if that's something they've already disclosed?
I will tell you why they won't, because that is my former team and they will not do anything to help my investigator, my paralegal. They won't give us any information that they found. They won't talk to us at all because apparently there was a conflict. So they will not help us. They will not send us anything. They will not email us anything. They will not answer anything that we ask them to. So that has been the response from my former defense team. That's where we are.
All right. Do you know, and maybe your advisory councils can speak to this, did they turn over a file to you, or did you have to start from scratch?
This is important.
No, from what I understand, all they turned over was the 22 terabyte hard drive, and that is it. They didn't turn down any notes, any work product, nothing that they had done to that point. And they continue to stand by that
See
today,
that side
even
eye?
though a lot of that information I gave to them, they would
She's
not give
looking
it back
back
to
at
me.
the other advisory council at that point.
Do they know she ain't playing with a full deck and they're just stuck with her?
Well,
You know, I mean, they're like,
when we
they
get
can only
when we get to the
advise
end
so
of
far.
when we get to the end of what Dizzy did with the enhanced audio on this is super critical to me, because she says something that he says something. So advisory council number 2, seated off to our left, who we can't see. So the dude with the hair that we're looking at right now to her left is her investigator. That's not advisory council. Advisory council is off in the corner to the left.
Yeah, I know.
He's like tiny table guy in Karen Reed.
Tiny table guy.
All right, I'm going to make an order, and it'll be in the minute entry that they turn over a copy of their entire file, including any mitigation information that was gathered, to the advisory council. To makes Hicks, you look like you want to say something.
Good morning, Carolina. There she goes. She just like swoops around the table to go talk to backup advisory council. Listen. Okay, there's whispering going on, and I can tell you from being in the courtroom that is not being picked up by the microphone at defendant's table. That is being picked up by the boom microphone of the courtroom camera, which is directly behind where this whispered conversation is going on, and we shouldn't be privy to. Moonchild, hey, USA Libertarian, thanks for coming in. I'm going to have an enhanced audio for this conversation in a minute with captions, thanks to...
No, I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, so I'll do a more detailed order about, they should have turned over a copy of their entire file to advisory council when
They should have. And it just makes me wonder about all of that side eye. All right. So if you're able to watch your screen, we've got some closed captions to go along with that whispered audio. And I promise not to call out the person that helped me with the enhanced audio. No. I have to open them back up. Hang with me, folks. But we do have an enhanced audio with subtitles that is one interpretation of what we think we might hear in this. There we go. Boom. So if you're able to get to your screen and watch this with the subtitles and see if you hear the same thing, because we're open to other interpretations.
No sound.
What? Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh, for crying out loud.
You gotta, I don't know why you keep trying to play through that same window, but you do.
It is. It's the media player. It's totally
I know.
the media player.
I told you a long time ago I had issues using media player when I tried to do some Stern stuff. I don't use media player.
Okay, so what am I going to open an MP4 with? Help me out here.
I have no idea. I can't help you. I don't know what your sound issues are. But I don't ever use I don't use media player for that reason, but I don't know how to tell you to fix that. Maybe Dizzy knows more about that.
Stop. Hold on. All right, I'm going to try it through Adobe PDF. Let's try that. We should hear the judge within about 5 seconds of me starting this video. So
She says right click on it, Joe, and tell her what options you see.
yeah, we got to stop doing the media player. We got to stop doing Windows Media Player. Windows Media Player, you suck. How about that?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Laurie whispers. Stand by. We're figuring out technical difficulties. PDF. Here we go. All right. This is PDF. I'm going to try it in PDF. You should hear the judge in about 5 seconds of me hitting play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nothing.
God, seriously?
His mouth is moving, but no sound.
Yeah, well, that happens with judges.
I done told you, you got to run them through CapCut, make them into an actual video, upload them to YouTube under a private link, and then you can share. You can play it. It won't be like public knowledge to view. Do it like I've showed you how I do my playlist. I can only.
Yeah. Yep.
I can lead a horse to water.
Help me out here, girl. Dizzy, help me out. Because it's interesting. It's interesting what I think they say. And I think he has like a little mic drop moment. All right. So right click. Open in terminal. No, we don't want to do that. Open with. There are like 17 apps that you can open with. Photoshop, Acrobat, Photoshop, we're going to leave those out. Canva, Media Player, Clipchamp, Movies and TV. This is so frustrating. All right, we're going to try this.
You're getting all these. The easiest way to do it, let's make a video, upload it to private or unlisted, and then you can play it right there on your channel from your YouTube playlist.
Right.
Nobody on YouTube can see it but you, whoever you share the link with.
Yeah, that sounds like the best option.
It is the easiest option.
There you go. All right. I just closed out the window that I just opened. All right, let's try this. Shuffle, repeat. Whenever I hit hide, I think it mutes it. Okay, audio, yes or no?
No.
This is going to make me swear. This is going to make me swear lots of swearings.
You're trying not to do that because you think you lose subs when you do, or lose viewers when you do. So
I'm just trying to be a decent human being, and that just swearing doesn't make you not a, okay. Swearing doesn't make you not a salty.
Okay.
No.
So
Don't go
Schmoe
there.
gonna make me get salty right now, ain't y'all? Telling me okay.
I'm just telling you how I was raised, and I know that you and I were raised completely different.
No,
And
I
that-
was not raised. I was raised. No, don't go with the way I was raised now, because I was raised to respect. My daddy ain't here in front of me because I'm gonna cuss when I feel like it, like my pawpaw. If they don't like it, and when I'm on my channel, yeah, don't be acting like I'm not.
That's not what I meant.
That come out wrong, dude. That come out wrong, dude.
It did. It did.
Man, dudes, I swear.
Yeah, guys are idiots. Like, I'm an idiot. I'll own up to it right now. Like, I can't figure out how to get this video uploaded.
Don't make me say it. I'll say it. I'll say what the.
You can say it on my channel. Salty, you can
No,
say
I
whatever
can't. You don't think it's. You just don't. You just got through saying you want to be
No.
a certain way, and you don't think that's like intelligent and stuff. So I can
No, I didn't say
refrain.
that. Intelligence has nothing to do with it. You're one of the smartest people that I know. So don't bring intelligence into it. But
Then what exactly did you say about it?
I said I was raised a certain way that when you cuss too much, then people might think a certain way about you. That's what
I don't
meant.
give a shit what they think about me. How about that?
I love it. I love it. Keep bringing it. V's got it in there. She put that in chat.
I won't cuss on your channel. We need to keep it clean over here so we look good.
No. Say the fuck whatever you want to fucking say.
No, I'm not going to be a bad influence on you, Joe. No, I'm not here's the thing. I am nobody in the face of this earth can blame me for their behaviors. Ever. That's all on you, buddy.
Don't let me
influence you. Salty's over there corrupting Joe, making him cuss. Hey, Joe exposed lurkers on my channel last night. Yeah.
Oh, Janelle. Yeah, I just blew that. I just blew that respect, Janelle. I just did.
I respect Joe, and Joe knows it. Yeah, he just said something that just the way he said it.
I blew my F-bomb like New Year's resolution. I just blew
it was before the F-bomb stuff, the stuff you were trying to say that was like, wait, Joe, come on now, stay in your lane. I'm teasing him, guys. I'm gonna make everybody think that I'm like being mean to you or something.
Yeah, Firefly, a well-placed swear word can be a powerful tool, but I think I just like blew that up. That wasn't well placed. It was just like dropped.
Well, I am so honest to a fault sometimes, and I only know how to be myself. So I don't try to be what everybody else wants me to be or thinks I should be. I ain't losing no subs over it. She says, click this link, Joe. Dizzy's bossing you around down there. See that? Click her
I'm
link.
working on it. I got to get there because I can't do it
She
out of
said-
StreamYard.
You got
have
in
to do it
caps.
on
Click
YouTube.
the link, Joe. You're not paying attention.
I'm not.
He's too busy arguing with me.
Yeah. Okay. So Dizzy has this link. So I'm going to try it. And if we have no audio on this, then I'm just going to. No,
Didn't you
we
say
need to
you
look
had
at the.
subtitles? I mean, can't y'all just play it and let us read the words? I
Yeah,
already heard
let's
what they
find out.
said. Damn it, it's raining.
Let's try this.
All right. I'm going to make an order and it'll be in the entry that they turn over a copy of their entire file, including investigation information that was gathered to the
Audio, yes or no?
advisory.
Yeah, I think it did.
Makes Hicks, you look like you want to say something.
Yes.
Watch the subtitles. So she asks him something like, if they say that, don't they have to put in a list of names? Dizzy thinks it says a list of names. I thought she said, if they put that in, don't they have to prove it? But either way, tomato, tomato. And then backup advisory counsel says, I don't know, you'll have to ask the attorney or attorneys. I thought he said attorney, and I honestly thought he was referring to Lori herself. Like, advisory
I don't even
counsel.
know.
Advisory counsel comes around and says, hey, isn't there like a legal technical issue that we need to bring up here? And he's like, I don't know. Why don't you ask the attorney? Why don't you ask Lori? She is counsel for the defense. She is lead counsel for the defense. Why don't you ask her? That's what I thought he said, but it's subject to interpretation. It's whispered, but we shouldn't be hearing any of this.
But here we are analyzing what the hell they said.
Yeah, because it was picked up by the boom mic of the pool camera.
I understand. I got you.
Dude, what are you doing leaving your camera? Because okay, so
You're gonna get some more
Im-
emails in a minute. Watch.
I'll be getting some more people telling me to drop the F-bomb because I'm too tight.
No, y'all leave Joe alone. He just want to be clean over here. You know, he was raised right.
I may have been raised right, but I didn't follow that raising. I'll tell you that.
Like
right
that new Morgan Wallen song I sent you. I might be crazy, but the world's that's because the world's insane.
Exactly. Oh, but
I'm gonna bust
gonna go
out the
back to-
song in a second.
let's go back and just watch the subtitles one more time because we did work hard on these. So let's see what we think they might be saying in this whispered conversation that we should not be hearing at all. Like, Lori has been convicted of killing 3 people already. She's on trial for conspiracy to commit 2 more. So let's hear this conversation we shouldn't be hearing. I really think he says, I don't know, you have to ask the attorney. And I really think he means Lori. I really do. Like if there's some kind of a legal issue here, then why don't you go ask the lady that's the smartest person in the room, like sitting right there.
Well, I'm not in the room with her, so couldn't help myself, Joe.
Ooh, you are on a tear today.
Mhm.
I got you fired up. I got you fired up.
Hey, you talking about the way I was raised and shit? No, I'm from the dirty
Oh.
South, baby.
All right. So now we've got some filings, though. So at the end of this, she filed some handwritten filings, which makes me wonder what's going on. Did she lose confidence in her paralegal that has been preparing her documents?
Probably. She's lost confidence in everybody but Jesus.
Mm.
He ought to be directing her on what exactly to do since she's so sure she's going to be exonerated. She ought to be just flying high, all
She's
that good
his
stuff.
favorite. She's his favorite.
Yeah, so I don't even know what she's worried about. God's got you, lady. You shouldn't be worried.
All right. So this is that day. This is last Tuesday, filed at 4 p.m. The judge asked her, "Do you have anything to file?" And she said, "Yes, I have some things to file."
Yes, I mean her Jesus. Her Jesus. Janelle, you're right. Her Jesus. Hers and mine are way different. I don't want no part of hers.
Good morning, Star Hunter. Good morning, Leslie and Billy. Good to see you in here.
Hey, Leslie and Billy. Welcome in.
Hope y'all know that me and Salty are just going back and forth like we do.
we
Ain't nothing
do.
personal.
Mm-mm. Yeah, y'all don't come at me. I'll be nice to him the rest of the show, so I don't think I'm gonna make everybody mad. I don't want to do that. We are just
you be
joking.
you. You be you, Salty. That's why I got you in here, is so you can be you. All right. Handwritten motion. Motion
She
to
didn't have access to
disclose.
a typewriter, maybe, Joe. Maybe she just
Well, but her previous filings until last Tuesday were typewritten. So I think she was working with her paralegal, but I think maybe she stopped working with her paralegal. Like, did they have a personality disagreement? Did they did they clash?
probably. It's Lori.
Is there anybody she doesn't clash with besides Chad?
Wow.
She clashed with Tylee. She clashed with JJ. She clashed with Charles.
Oh.
I honestly think she even clashed with Melanie Gibb. I really do, based on just some
Yeah.
of the things. Yeah.
After Melanie saw the light and figured she was gonna get in trouble too, and she better come clean and talk all about her and Chad. Screw you, Melanie Gibb.
I think that they maybe kind of had a little disagreement about who was going to be Jason Mao's girl of choice, because Jason Mao ended up bestowing the priesthood on Lori in the temple as quote unquote Moroni.
Okay, I'm sorry, Red Metal. Joe's not real good about watching chat. Do you have a question, hun? Yeah, I can see you. I can see you.
Does Lori act like Sarah Boone? They have some very, very, very similar traits. I'll say that. You're right. I am horrible about watching chat. I am.
I, on the other hand, am not. It gets me distracted because I like to look at their comments.
Yeah, Janelle, you can tell her counsel was not too happy, especially the look she gave her other counsel behind Lori's back. Yeah, that side eye got my attention. Cheesy pickup line. Cheesy pickup lines.
Yeah, I agree, libertarian. So,
What libertarians say?
Lori is more of a performer versus Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone is a narcissistic, crazy drunk lady, and Lori's a fanatic, religious fanatic person. They're not the only ones to ever represent themselves. Remember, Ted Bundy tried the same thing.
Well, we know what Abraham Lincoln said about representing herself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So a handwritten motion, and we have several. We have 7 to get through. So we have 5 from her, and then we have 2 from the state that are responsive. The defendant, Lori Daybell, requests this court to order the state to notice the defense of all 404B evidence that the state plans to present at trial. This request is pursuant to the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendments of the U.S. Constitution, Brady versus Maryland, 373 U.S. 83, 1963. Giglio. Oh, she's citing Giglio. Holy cow.
Well, you better be able to bring it.
All right, that's it. That's the first one. She just is requesting that the state disclose everything.
Well, what is her Giglio argument, though? That's a very specific argument.
Yeah, she didn't
People
make
who
it.
don't know.
She just cited it.
Well, good luck with that then, Lori. You better file a future attachment to go with that to prove to point out what your Giglio violation is.
Red Metal, I'm sorry I didn't pick you up in chat. I'm so sorry. That's my thing. People are trying to help me. I'm in a support group. I'm in a chat ignores anonymous. I'll get there. I'll get there someday. I'll stop calling Salty out for the way that she was raised. And I'll stop ignoring chat. All in the same. It's going to happen together.
I'm Southern. We're nice. Unless you provoke me. My mama raised a warrior. She ain't raised no fool.
Did we lose the PDF? All right. This is her next motion. Motion to exclude state witnesses. The defendant, Lori Daybell, requests that the state be ordered to exclude the following witnesses. Nancy Jo Hancock. All right. Are you seeing these, Salty? Okay.
Ow. Yes. I hit my knee, but
All right.
yes.
Sorry. My YouTube is way behind, so it looks like it wasn't showing up, but it's showing up. The defendant, Lori Daybell, requests that the state be ordered to exclude the following witnesses: Nancy Jo Hancock, Christina Atwood, and Kay Woodcock.
Of course.
Fact. The state's witnesses listed above are not for factual testimony. They only have to offer speculation and hearsay. How does she know if she hasn't interviewed them herself? Like, she has to have a deposition, right? And the judge kind of went over that in last Tuesday morning's hearing. He's like, well, the state needs to examine your witnesses. They need to interview your witnesses. So
we just read a document yesterday. Remember how the Idaho's wanting to keep, or the defense in Idaho wants to keep out 22 of the state's witnesses. Of course you want to keep the witnesses out. So, and the reason why Lori wants to keep Kay out is because Kay's going to get up there and tell the truth. So that's why she wants to keep them out. Not this. That's her only angle here. Keep out the shit that's going to be, or the stuff that's going to be making me look bad. Standard legal filings. but the judge is not going to go for it because there's no just cause for it, right?
She says Federal Rule of Evidence 60228 USCA, which is U.S. Criminal Code, maybe, need for personal knowledge. A witness may testify to a matter only if evidence is introduced sufficient to support a finding that the witness has personal knowledge of the matter. Gosh, she's got to underline her shit. Caps and underlining and bold.
You let this woman take up too much of your headspace sometimes.
And she won't even make eye contact with me in court.
Well,
I'm probably better off, right? I'm probably better off that way. Okay. This rule would prevent testimony to the subject of hearsay because there was no personal knowledge. The alleged witnesses were not in communication and had no knowledge prior to the alleged crime. Their presence was not in location or proximity of victims or the defendant. 52 USCA 30122. If a witness alleged interpretation, contribution in name of another is prohibited. Holy cow.
So, under law, now I don't know about Arizona law. There's a hearsay law, right? There's the hearsay clause. Now, is Kay going to be able to testify to what things Charles, and I'm not taking up for Lori, God forbid people take this the wrong way, because I know they will. From a legal standpoint, is what Kay may testify to things that Charles told her? If so, that's hearsay. It depends on if the judge thinks it's allowable or not. I think Kay should be allowed in. But I understand the legal argument behind it. Doesn't mean I agree with it, but I understand it.
And she's also the only witness that has been granted victim status. So she will be allowed to be in the courtroom for all of the testimony besides her own, whereas all of the other witnesses have to be excluded from the courtroom.
All right, the way it happened in Idaho, and the attorney for the Gongalves family is Kay and Larry's attorney as well, Shannon Gray. And I've done told you, Shannon Gray had it set up so Kay and Larry could go ahead and testify at the beginning of the Idaho trial so they could sit through the entire trial. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been allowed to. And that was a big argument. But the judge granted it and allowed Kay and Larry's testimony to go ahead and take place first. Then they were granted permission to stay in for the rest of the trial. So how they handle it over here, I don't know.
I guess we'll find out. It's interesting to me, though, that this is her completely handwritten motion. So why is she like being dismissive of her paralegal at this point? Did she run out of hours? Because we know she was granted a certain number of hours for her investigator and for her expert witness.
Yeah, I don't know what Kay is going to testify to. I'm not speculating on what Kay's testifying to. I don't know truth. It's up to the judge to decide. What Kay's actually her testimony will be. I'm not saying I think Kay should be allowed to march her tail right on in there and say whatever the hell she wants. I agree. But if y'all got to look at Lori the attorney versus Lori the defendant, and I'm not going to say it anymore, y'all carry on.
Salty, that's twice now that you've corrected a swear word with a non-swear word. You don't have to do that. I swear you don't. You be you. You say what you got to say. All right. Rhode Island versus Ennis. This is paragraph 4. 466 U.S. 291 100 S Court 1682 64 LED ZD 297 1980. Impeachment testimony demonstrates untruths in statements, especially used in a prior trial. Okay, so she's referencing a prior trial right here. Thus proves guilt by implication, and therefore such statements are incriminating in any meaningful sense of the word. So she's not wanting her to talk about what happened in Idaho. Boom. Paragraph 4 right there tells you all you need to know about why she filed this. Paragraph 5, USCA Constitution amended 6 and 14 confrontation clause. Does that say confrontation clause? What the heck is a confrontation clause? Is it confrontation? I think that's supposed to be confrontation. Paragraph 6, Brady Giglio, right to due process and right to a fair trial. She has no argument with that. She just cites it. 17 ARS, paragraph 7, next paragraph. So she just literally just says Brady Giglio, right to due process and right to a fair trial. She doesn't like make any argument about how that applies to her case or her trial. Uh, 17 ARS Rules of Evidence, Rule 806, attacking and supporting the declarant's credibility. Confrontation clause, problem for right of a fair trial. Paragraph 8, 29 CFR 18804, declarant not available. ARS Rules of Evidence, paragraph 9, Rule 801, 80304, exception to the rule against hearsay. Paragraph 10, State versus Bravo, 158 Arizona 364 762. Paragraph 2D 1318 1988, testimony of a witness is excluded as not admissible. Kristen, thanks for dropping in. I appreciate you coming in. Very kind of you. These new documents, we're trying to work our way through them. There's something else. Lori is something else. All right. The state's witnesses, so we're after paragraph 10, State versus Bravo, the state's witnesses above are meant to deprive the defendant, should say, of the right to due process and right to a fair trial. These witnesses will not be testifying to facts, but opinion, speculation, and hearsay, creating prejudice and bias for the defendant in front of the jury. In conclusion, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She does barely 6 lines of argument, and then she says, in conclusion. Yes, Moonchild, the judge has been eye rolling. That's the thing that cracked me up when I went back and watched the video. I was like, I did not notice that when I was there in person, how much eye rolling Judge Pereski was doing. And he plans to be here for both trials. He plans to be here for Brandon Boudreaux, evidence, conspiracy to commit murder after this one, conspiracy to commit murder of Charles. In conclusion, though, this document, the defendant requests the above listed witnesses are excluded. Lori, in conclusion, the defendant requests the above listed witnesses be excluded from testifying at trial, since it was discovered in their pretrial interviews that these witnesses have been communicating with each other regarding the defendant. So she actually prepared this on March 14th. even though it was filed on March 18th. So 17th was Monday. That was St. Patrick's Day. 16, 15, 14. So it was Friday. She did this. She prepared this on Friday, the 14th. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate you. Red metal, her grammar and her like syntax drive me nuts. And if I keep harping on it, I'm gonna have like one person watching. If I keep harping on her syntax and grammar, I'm gonna have one person. But the thing is, she thinks she's the smartest person in the room, and she's really not, like, even close. These cases, none of these communications between the witnesses have been turned over to the defense from the state. Well, are they official communications? Like, if you're not in an interview room and you're not or not being interviewed on body-worn camera or by an official representative of law enforcement or of the state, is there anything that you communicate with other witnesses that has to be turned over? That's actually a good question. Salty, I wonder if you have an opinion on that. Like, if you talk to other witnesses in a case, are you responsible for turning those communications over, like disclosing those to the different sides? Salty, are you with me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I couldn't hear you till just 2 seconds ago.
I was maybe because I was busy typing my son back a message about his kiddo. It depends. I mean, is this depositions we're talking about?
No, it's informal communications between witnesses. So like Kay and the others, they're talking to each other. They're probably going to talk about the case. Like, does that have to be disclosed to the defense? That's what Lori's claiming here.
Yeah, I don't know what Arizona law is on that, but I don't think so.
Yeah,
But I could be wrong. I have no idea.
She says, last paragraph, all three of the above mentioned state witnesses should be excluded from testifying at trial. All right, so that's that one. Let's look at the next one. Boy, I hope that pops up better than the last one did. All right, so her next handwritten motion for the defendant to wear civilian clothing at trial. This is an interesting one because I believe the sheriff will weigh in on this one in one of the last hearings that we had. You see over at the top left over there, those two pleadings template, those are from the state in response to hers. The defendant, Lori Daybell, requests that this court, the state, and the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office allow the defendant to wear civilian clothing during all court proceedings, jury selection, and all trial proceedings. This request is made pursuant to the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendments and the United States Constitution. Brady versus Maryland, 373 U.S. 83, 1963. Giglio versus U.S. ARS Constitution, I can't read that one. Article 2.4 and ARS Constitution Article 224, right of accused in criminal prosecution. The public and prospective jurors are viewing the defendant proceedings on worldwide media that she didn't want to have in the court. The defendant's appearance, if in jail uniform, will constitute a violation of the defendant's due process rights, 42 U.S.C.A. 1983 deprivation of the defendant's rights of wearing civilian clothing to all court proceedings, pretrial, and trial. So we're doing like a Sarah Boone thing here. The Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution and Article 2, Section 24 of the Arizona Constitution guarantee a criminal defendant has protection against improper intrusions by the prosecutor or other government agents. The state or MCSO's failure to adhere willfully or inadvertently would deny and violate the defendant's due process rights. Therefore, the defendant requests that the court order to allow, bad grammar, bad syntax again. Therefore, the defendant requests that the court order to allow the defendant the fundamental right to wear civilian clothing in all court proceedings, jury selection, and trial, both trials.
Well, she should, because all the other ones are allowed to. Let's be fair.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
100%
I can't deny her legal rights when I, see all these other defendants getting their legal rights. Her suit ain't gonna make a darn difference.
That's 3 times.
I'll keep doing it every time. I was raised better.
Just let her rip. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not.
Nope, not happening.
Oh, you're cracking me up.
I'm gonna go live later and have a cuss session.
Like just a half hour of just 4-letter bombs. Just
don't think I can't. Especially if I start tearing up these YouTube street trailer park people.
Oh my gosh.
Which I don't want to do that. I don't let them take up my head space. I'm vibing high, even with my cussing. I'm a little crazy, but that's okay.
All right. So next motion, handwritten. It really makes me wonder if she didn't use up all of her hours with her paralegal.
She might have.
Motion for the defendant to have removed restraints in trial. We saw that in Sarah Boone, and we've seen with Brian Kohberger that he comes in civilian clothing and not in restraints for all of the pre-trial.
Oh, no. He's wearing restraints. But what he should not, yes, he is. And he's also possibly wearing that shock vest. But the one thing he should not be doing right now during pre-trial hearings is wearing that darn suit. Tell me how many other defendants, do you see pre-trial allowed to wear their suits? They get to wear suits during trial. Kohberger's been made an example out of because the golden boy, God forbid we, go against his rights and make him look bad. So he in Idaho has been allowed to wear his suits, but that dude's not walking in free reign. Trust me. He may not have on his handcuffs and they may have taken his shackles off, but that dude's absolutely that guy is charged with a horrendous crime. We've seen defendants jump up from the table and attack judges. They ain't letting that dude walk around willy-nilly like he's no count. They got protection. Okay. Let's use our brains. So Lori should be allowed, just like Casey Anthony and everybody else, to wear whatever she wants to wear to court, but it's not going to help her. Just going to humanize her a little more, but you can't humanize the devil.
Yeah, Dizzy, I don't know that the judge has ruled on this, because at the hearing last Tuesday morning, it was just briefly discussed, but I don't know that he actually ruled on it last Tuesday morning. Maybe I need to go
her
back
wearing clothing
and restraints.
Yeah, he'll get to it, and he'll probably allow her to wear her clothes. I'll be shocked if he doesn't.
And her
we wanted all of Rick Allen's rights preserved. So, Kohbergers are respected. So I got to treat Lori the same way if I want due process for Charles to play out properly. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
We
All
all
right.
know, we all should. Absolutely.
Exactly.
I had that conversation on Discord this morning with somebody else that defendants, prisoners have rights. And if you respect their rights and you allow them and you observe their constitutional rights, justice should be served. Should be.
Yep.
But if you don't, if you violate their rights, then you may let somebody off the hook who shouldn't get off the hook.
Exactly. We have to take our personal feelings sometimes completely out of it because the law is the law. And it's for everybody, not just one or two people.
Yeah. So Janelle, that's actually a really good question. And that was a point that was brought up in the hearing last Tuesday. Would it be different wearing street clothes if you've already been tried and found guilty? So one of the items that they discussed last Tuesday was whether or not jurors will hear about her prior convictions. And they're going to hear one of two things. They're either going to hear just that she has prior convictions and not know what those are if the judge decides to sanitize what they know. And the other option will be that they hear that she is a tried and convicted murderer. So the jury is going to hear one or the other. And we don't know yet how the judge is going to rule on that, what they hear. We don't know yet. All right. This document. So we got 4 more documents to go. The defendant, Lori Daybell, requests this court, the state, and Maricopa County Sheriff's Office to allow the defendant to have no restraints, handcuffs, or shackles while in the courtroom during all court proceedings, jury selection, and all trial proceedings. This request is made pursuant to the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendments of the United States Constitution. Again, Brady, again, Giglio, ARS Constitution Article 2.4, and Arizona Constitution Article 2.24, right of the accused. On December 6th, 2024, the defendant was granted self-representation or pro per status. So a lot of states call it pro se status. Arizona, it's pro per status. All it means is you're representing yourself. It has been extremely difficult. Oh, Crimea River, Lori. Crimea River. It has been extremely difficult for the defendant to manage files, take copious notes in all pretrial hearings with handcuffs. Really? It would be impossible to represent oneself at trial under these conditions. Also, the defendant's appearance in restraints, handcuffs, or shackles violates her due process rights. It impedes her ability to perform writing tasks in her defense. If the defendant is going to properly be allowed to defend herself, she must not appear separate or different from the state representative. To be able to stand, walk more about the courtroom as the other attorneys is imperative to a fair trial. If any imposed Maricopa County Sheriff's Office restraints cause this defendant to appear to the jury different from the state's representative, it would violate the defendant's due process rights and the right to a fair trial. This defendant's documented behavior for the last 5 years while in custody warrants no restraints necessary during trial at all. I don't disagree with that. Like, where's she going? Like, does she really need to be in handcuffs and leg irons? I don't think she's going anywhere. Like, I've been up to that courtroom. I've been to the other courtroom where this is getting moved to, and she's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere, but I mean, they have their processes and their procedures. So this is like a juggling act between the processes and procedures and the defendant's rights, right? Like, does she need to be in handcuffs? Does she need to be in leg irons? Like, somebody Waukesha. Who is the Waukesha Christmas parade dude? I could see where he needs to be in restraints. I could see where that dude, and we've seen other people attack the judge. I don't think she's coming over the counter at the judge. I really don't. But that's not up to me. That's not up to you. Star Hunter, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. I hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great, yes, Darrell Brooks. Thank you, Dizzy. Darrell. He definitely should have been in restraints. I don't know that Lori needs to be, but it's not my call. This defendant has only displayed stellar behavior. Oh my gosh. This is her legal filing. Lori says, I have only displayed stellar behavior because you're Jesus's favorite. Yes, you are. All of the time that she has been in custody and incarcerated over the last 5 years. Therefore, the defendant requests that all security restraints be waived for this particular defendant. The defendant also requests the use of a pen at her trial table to take notes. At the minimum, the defendant requests this court to order the state and Maricopa County Sheriff's Office remove restraints, handcuffs, and shackles for all trial proceedings for both trials. She did, Red Metal. It's like, I have been stellar. My behavior has been stellar. After I killed lots of people and I have lots of bodies behind me, I have been behaving stellarly. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Last handwritten defendant's motion before we get to the state's responses to these motions we've been reading through. Oh, this may actually be a state motion. Okay, this is just a minute entry on the 20th. So that was last Wednesday. The hearing was on, Thursday. The hearing was on the 18th. That was Tuesday. This is from Thursday. Minute entry from the court. Oh, right, Carolina. No snacks, no mints. Good morning, Treva. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in and joining us. We're trying to wade through these Lori Vallow Daybell documents. And there are some things that are hard to wrap a mind around. But this is just a minute entry, so this isn't a motion one way or the other. During open court on March 18th, so Lori N. Daybell, prisoner number G062213. During open court on March 18th, 2025, the defendant expressed concern that she has not received a response from her prior defense team in obtaining portions of her file, specifically information. Ooh, this is a big one, though. This is a big one. So the judge said that he was going to make an order. She said, I'm looking for this video. I haven't got this video. Judge says, well, why don't they just give you the link to the video and you can give that to the state, and then the state can find the video or deny the existence of the video accurately. And she said, because my prior defense team won't provide it to me. So this is a big one, actually. During open court on March 18th, 2025, the defendant expressed concern that she has not received a response from her prior defense team in obtaining portions of her file, specifically information gathered by the prior mitigation expert, Ms. Cerny. Okay, that was her mitigator. And she said her first name in court. I don't need to repeat it here. I've got it in my notes. But her prior mitigation expert, Ms. Cerny, gave her a link. To the extent it hasn't done so, it is ordered personnel, those would be the prior defense team personnel, provide to the defendant a copy of her entire file, including all information gathered by Ms. Cerny related to her duties as part of the defendant's prior defense team. The court does not view this information as work product, but rather as a part of the defendant's file to which a complete copy of she is entitled. It is ordered that this copy be provided to the defendant's advisory council no later than 7 days from the filing of this order. So that's the day after tomorrow. That's Wednesday. That's it. Oh, judge said he was going to make an order. He made an order. I don't know why they didn't provide it in the past. That's what Lori claimed in court. I have a hard time believing that. Like most attorneys know, like when you turn over a case, like you turn over all the case files, all the work product, everything, you just boom, shift it over. Juror questionnaire. Ooh. I don't know that they have the juror questionnaire completed yet. That's a good question, though. I will look and see. While we are looking at the state's response to the defendant's motion to appear in civilian clothes. All right. Talk amongst yourselves for 2 minutes. I'm going to see if there's anything on the actual court docket. Access, log in, sign in. Last name Daybell, no longer Vallow.
Are y'all looking to see if they're going to show you the jury questionnaires?
Yeah, that's somebody's asking
That's-
about it in chat, and I'm like,
That's not normally something we see, though.
31020. No, the last documents we have filed are the ones you're seeing right here.
Yeah, it probably depends, Dizzy, on state to state. I don't know. I've read a lot of court documents, but we know that jury questionnaires are standard in every case, but I've never known that they're out, publicized till later.
Holy cow. Okay, we got to organize by date. Hold on. I got to organize
And
by
plus,
date.
they're doing the preliminary ones first out of the 200 people before they narrow it all down. The questions aren't
Right.
going to get very specific, like he said, until they get down to the It's going to be very broad for the first round.
Oh, there are 2 documents. Oh no, we have them here. We have everything. I have everything pulled up. So no jury questionnaire, just what I have. So her 1, 2, 3, her 3 filings, and then this minute entry, and then these 2 state filings in response to her motion. So yeah, we do not have any jury filing or juror questionnaires. We do know, based on the hearing on Tuesday, that the state and Lori both agreed that her name and JJ and Tylee's name would be allowed to be on that questionnaire. So that is going to be on there. Their names are going to be on there. So jurors are not going to come into this case blind. The judge also said that Lori's 11 or 12 witnesses that she had on her list were also going to be probably on that questionnaire. So if anybody has any kind of relation to them, then they can say, hey, no, I have a relation to one of the witnesses, so I should be disqualified. Hey, Trace. Trace on the case is in the house. Good to see you in here. We're going through all of these documents. We have 2 more. Maricopa County Sheriff Jerry Sheridan. That's funny that he puts his personal name on there in this title. he personally responded to her filing. He also puts both case numbers in there. And I've heard from different people that putting 2 case numbers on a document is not proper legalese, but I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a lawyer. Don't profess to be a lawyer. I don't even profess to know what a forensic engineer is. I don't even.
Yeah. Well, you said they did. You said they straight up didn't exist.
I did. I don't. I
You
still don't
didn't
believe they
claim you
do.
didn't know what one was. You just said they did not exist, and I could
I
not prove you
still
they even
don't
had a
believe they
school for it.
exist.
Well, good for you. I proved it to you. You're wrong, but oh well.
You sure did.
Where's my
You
money?
sure
Where's the rest of my money, Joe Blow?
It's
I'm gonna call
coming.
you Joe.
It's coming. Send me a Venmo link. I got you.
Oh, okay. Here it comes right now. Let me get out that new card I just got.
Oh, damn. All right. Jerry Sheridan responds to defendant's motion.
So I
to
don't
appear.
recommend you ever represent yourself in a court of law. Call me instead.
That's the funniest thing I've heard in about a year.
Happy to be of service.
Don't ever represent yourself.
Mm-mm. I got you, boo. I'm a good arguer. I can argue. I can give you a good argument.
Sure as hell can.
That's what he said. I took a line out of your page.
All right. Jerry Sheridan is the Maricopa County Sheriff, and he personally filed this response to the defendant's motion to appear in civilian clothes. Maricopa County Sheriff Jerry Sheridan hereby files his objection to the defendant's motion to appear in civilian clothes. So he's objecting to it. No surprise there. The defendant previously filed a motion to wear civilian clothing on June 26th, 2024. Wait, she didn't come to Maricopa County till like, when was she extradited? I thought it was like September, October-ish. Maybe it was.
I can't remember the exact date.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't either. Okay, but she filed a motion on June 26th. And the sheriff's office filed an objection on July 2nd. The court issued an order stating it is ordered denying the motion for future hearings except for jury selection and trial. Okay, so there was a court order that said she has to appear in her orange jail jumpsuit and shackles except for jury selection and trial. Sheriff Sheridan does not object to the defendant wearing civilian clothes during jury selection and trial. Okay, what's he objecting to then? As the court has previously ordered, he, however, continues to object to the wearing of civilian clothing for all hearings outside of jury selection trial. Okay, so he's just he's like, all right, jury selection and trial is good, but not anything before that.
It's just the way it's supposed to be. It's the way most cases are handled, unless you're Coburger's privileged ass. But
right, how does he get away with that?
Because Judge was being so careful, he did not want to cause anything to cause a mistrial. And Ann Taylor was coming at him with everything she had, and he knew her, right? And Judge was like, I'm getting ready to retire. I'm just not going to play with this. I'm not going to let this case fall because I made a mistake. So I'm going to let him have it. And he did. You know, she went in there and cited all that major publicity and all the things. So Coburger got away with it. So everybody can calm down. All his rights and then some were protected. He ain't no better than Lori Vallow, Rick Allen, or the rest of them.
Yeah, and does it really affect the outcome of the case? Probably not. Like what?
No, the evidence is gonna. It's just to humanize them, is all it is. Get them out of that orange and make them not look as guilty. You know, innocent until proven guilty and all that stuff. Well, excuse me, your DNA shouldn't be all over a crime scene. You wouldn't be in handcuffs. Having to explain yourself.
Yeah. All right. So the sheriff says, I don't care about trial. I don't care about jury selection. Just before that, she needs to be in her orange jumpsuit. So, okay. Now, the last one also so this is from the non-party Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. That's just so weird to me. Why does it say non-party Maricopa County Sheriff's Office?
I don't know. Don't know.
I don't know. All right. By Joseph Vigil and Courtney Glenn, deputy county attorneys. I don't think either one of those were that gal that was in there in that hearing, like we just watched a part of. All right, let's read it. Memorandum of Points and Authorities. Maricopa County Sheriff Jerry Sheridan respectfully responds in opposition to the defendant's motion for the defendant to have removed restraint. So this is about her being in cuffs and leg irons. The following memorandum of points and authorities supports Sheriff Skinner's response. Although a defendant has the right to be free from restraints in the courtroom, this is cool. I love watching, reading a particular state's rules on court decorum during a trial. This is cool to me as a nerd, as a true crime nerd. Although a defendant has the right to be free from restraints, it says restrains. God. The word is restraints, not restrains. You got me again. You got me again.
We're allowing things to get to you. We really need a therapy session for you. I need Lord. I don't even know if I can help anymore.
Should we start a GoFundMe? Wait, Joe Schmoe needs therapy. Let's start a
No,
GoFundMe.
I mean, I can teach you tools to get past some of this stuff, but I'm not sure you're open to it.
I am. You'd be surprised what I'm open to.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway.
Is that what she said? And that's me using Joe's own jokes, people, not me just being vulgar.
Yes, you are.
Good Lord.
So deserve it.
I'm trying to be good.
Although a defendant has the right to be free from restraints in the courtroom, concerns for courtroom safety and security may make the use of restraints appropriate. State versus Cruz, 218, Arizona, 149, 167, 118, 181, 3D, 196, 215, 2008. Oh my gosh, that's almost a whole line of numbers.
USA Libertarian. Get him, girl. Oh, we know he's not going to read that comment, but go ahead.
I got it. She's got to make eye contact with me before I can properly assess her level of exaltedness. Like, I'm just saying. She walks in the courtroom.
I'm going to haul my Southern Baptist butt up in there and give her what's what.
Courts evaluate the need for restraints. It says restrains again. The word is restraints. That's twice.
Joe.
On a case-by-case basis, reflecting the particular concerns related to the defendant, including special security needs or the risk of escape. She is not escaping anywhere out of that center any time ever. Like she would have to have co-conspirators outside, kind of like that other death penalty case that Ann is taking up in Idaho.
Skylar Meade.
Yes, thank you. He had co-conspirators outside, right, to help him
Oh,
escape?
yes. Yeah, big time.
Oh my gosh. Janelle got the evil eye from Pryor. Oh my gosh, Janelle, I feel for you.
And you know what? Give it right back. That dude ain't got no evil eye. He just pretends. He just pretended. Show him the real evil eye, girl. Get him back.
No, I got USA. It's cracking me up. Yeah, I got restraints on the grammar police. I'm going to be putting me some restraints on the cover page.
USA. I think you might win the best comment awards.
Yep. It's up there for sure.
I feel like she's got my back.
Courts evaluate the need for restraints on a case-by-case basis, reflecting the particular concerns related to the defendant, including special security needs. Like we're up like, okay, so in Judge Boreski's courtroom, we're up on the 11th floor. Ain't nobody escaping from the 11th floor, but it is moving to a
She
bigger
might jump out of a
courtroom.
window or something.
Yeah, good luck with that girl. Good
Well,
luck
she
with
could
surviving
fly.
that ball. It's yeah,
You
it's
take
not
her
the
angel
fall.
wings and fly,
Yep.
far away.
It's not the fall that kills you, it's the abrupt ending at the bottom.
Right. Don't give her a nudge now. You get in trouble.
You know what? If she like,
Don't say it out loud.
I'm not going to go there. Yeah.
Don't say
I'm
it
not
out loud, Joe. No, you don't want to get you.
Janelle, when he talked about people shedding DNA in his arguments and his defense arguments, that was like one of the grossest lawyer moments that I've ever watched on TV. When Mr. Pryor talked about shedding DNA, everybody sheds DNA. Ugh.
Yeah. Y'all keep your DNAs to yourself. I'm a hand washer and a bather. Apparently, those people in the Koberger case don't, because they're so, transfer DNA from the grocery store to the knife. Da, 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 da. Damn, y'all some nasty people. Don't wash your hands and stuff.
Right? Yeah, how did that
pandemic
DNA
ended? We don't got to wash hands no more. Shoot.
How did that DNA get on that knife sheath? Tell me that.
Because he placed it there when he unsnapped that snap.
Right.
You don't think it did?
Oh no, I do. I'm not going to say 100% do, because I still think a defendant needs to have the right to a fair trial. But
oh my God, he's getting a fair trial. He unsnapped.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
He is the only single source male DNA. He's the only DNA on there besides the girl's blood.
Yep.
So if there was Tom, Dick, and Harry's DNA on there as well, there'd be an issue, but there's not. So
exactly. So
I mean, we wanted that DNA in Rick Allen's case. Don't forget. But we got it in Koberger's, and now we don't trust it. I'm so confused.
Me too.
Y'all confuse me in these true crime communities.
Back and forth.
Not to me. I'm straight across the board with my shit. I mean, my stuff.
And here we have Ms. Lori representing herself. All right. So this is the state's motion. This is about her being shackled, handcuffed, restrained in court. Let's start at line 2. Courts evaluate the need for restraints on a case-by-case basis, reflecting the particular concerns related to the defendant. So they evaluate, like, how much of a risk are they to escape, including special security needs or the risk of escape. I just said that. Dang it. State v. Gomez, Deck v. Missouri. Line 6, because Arizona law, including State versus Gomez, bunch of numbers, does not delineate the factors a trial court may consider to evaluate particular concerns. Interesting. Justifying restraints at a trial. Sheriff Skinner provides 2 non-binding out-of-jurisdiction cases for the court's benefit. Is that the court's benefit, or is that your benefit, Mr. Skinner? Anyway, see Arizona RS Court 111D, permitting a party to cite a decision of a tribunal in another jurisdiction on a point of Arizona law only for persuasive value. Wow, this guy's as smart as Lori is, because he's citing case law outside of his jurisdiction. Minnesota versus Chambers.
They all do, Joe.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah,
I mean, Ann Taylor is, they all,
Well, that's what
and
should have. That's what.
and they're normally citing Supreme Court cases, okay? That they all, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I don't think this is necessarily a Supreme Court case,
It
but
maybe not be, but you can still name, they all name cases that don't
right.
pertain to their state. It's,
and I only mention that because Lori thinks she's the smartest person in the room, and she has cited
Oh.
multiple court cases, and I'm like, so's this dude right here. Here you go, girl. You're not the only one that can do that.
well, they all do it.
Yes. In determining whether restraint is justified, we look at the following factors: the seriousness of the charge. So this is conspiracy to commit felony 1 murder. The defendant's temperament and character. We're not going to get into that because that'll be like another hour. The defendant's age and physical attributes. Like, could she possibly escape if she gets loose in the courtroom? No. Like, yeah. The defendant's past record. Okay, she's been convicted of 3 murders in the past. The defendant's prior escapes or attempted escapes. She hasn't. Threats made by the defendant to cause a disturbance. She hasn't. The size and mood of the audience. What? Y'all got to look at that. The size and mood of the audience is a factor in determining whether or not she has to wear handcuffs and shackles into court, whether she has to be restrained. Wow. That blows my mind. I guess maybe if you go back like to the old West days and you'd have a lynch mob, either for or against a defendant, maybe that would come into play, but not on the 11th floor of the Maricopa County Court. Anyway, that's from 1999, actually. That court case is only 26 years old, 25, 26 years old. And they said that the decision to whether or not to restrain the defendant is partially based on item 7, the size and mood of the audience. Well, we know she has a worldwide audience, and we can probably guess what our mood is. I mean, she's not going anywhere. And Trace and I, and if Caitlin's down there too, if Janelle's down there, she's not going anywhere. I can tell you what my mood's going to be if she jumps over into the gallery. I may ask for a haircut, though. I heard she's a good hairstylist. Any less okay, item 8, the nature and security of the courtroom, any less restrictive available alternatives, the need for restraints may be inferred from attributes of the defendant and his prior conduct. State versus Powell. This looks like a Kansas case from 2002. Each case must turn on its individual facts. We hesitate to set forth any list of factors required to be considered, but the background of the defendant, the nature of the charges, evidence of the dangerous incidents, testimony about the restraints sought to be used, prior conduct of the defendant, the objection to the use of the restraint, and or the election by the defendant whether to testify. That's a big one because we don't know whether or not Lori's going to testify. She probably wouldn't be real smart to, but we'll see. The physical facts of the individuals and the courtroom, the presence or absence of victims. We don't know yet what victims are going to show up for trial. I welcome them all. And I know that it's a tough decision to make whether or not to come to court in Phoenix. Other factors that will vary from case to case must be considered. Typically, inmates attending trial wear leg braces and a remotely activated custody control belt. Is that what Brian Koberger has on?
That's what I believe he's got on, yes.
Remotely activated custody control belt, which allows with an S, people, detention officers to deliver an electric shock via remote control. Both devices are worn under the clothing and cannot be seen by the jury. Handcuffs, leg chains. Inmate uniforms are not typically worn during trial. And that is true for the defendant here. They're talking about the prior case. In the defendant's case, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office has reviewed the defendant's request and recognizes that the defendant may need to move about in the courtroom as she is appearing pro se. However, pursuant to Maricopa County Sheriff's Office policies and procedures and their duty to maintain control and custody of inmates and ensure the safety and security of the courtroom, there should be a comma, not a period. Defendant cannot go unrestrained. So the judge is going to rule on this. We don't know if the judge is going to rule in Lori's favor or Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. We just saw earlier that Lori filed her request to go about unrestrained, and here we're seeing the Sheriff's Office request to deny that motion. I imagine Judge Bresky is probably going to be somewhere in between. Probably kind of similar to Sarah Boone, except she ended up having representation based on her pretty little handwritten note from jail. Come represent me. Lori is going to represent herself, so she will require some more mobility than what Sarah Boone had. As such, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office recommends, to ensure the safety and security of the courtroom, the use of a RACC remote access control vest in addition to the detention officers in the courtroom during defendant's trial. She's not escaping anything in the Maricopa County Superior Court. I don't care if she doesn't have any of this stuff on. And the judge will rule how he rules, and I get the sheriff's office request. I get it. These are serious charges. But she's not escaping crap. Like,
they're gonna have her in some sort of restraint. She's not gonna be able to walk in there with her suit with absolutely no type of restraints on. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, even if you can't see them, they're gonna be there.
Yep.
So.
I get it. I get it. They should like protect the community. They should protect the defendant, actually, like as much for her benefit as anybody else.
Well, you don't ever know when, the devil's going to eat it, come and make her jump up and run at somebody. No, keep that lady sitting down and shackled where she freaking belongs.
Or her Jesus might appear, help her break out.
Maybe he will. Maybe he'll come get her and take her on home.
All right. The RACC belt is designed to temporarily stun an attacking detainee, thus buying time for courtroom security officers to react. The belt sits comfortably on the defendant. Okay, so she's going to have an RACC belt, which straps adjustable to a particular defendant's body type. The belt is not visible to the jury. Further, the belt works on a one remote, one sensor system, ensuring that activation of other remotes will not trigger that particular vest accidentally. Oh, that would be a shame if she accidentally got electrocuted.
Mm-hmm.
Not like fatally, but just like oh, my 14-year-old mind goes to like all kinds of possibilities in that. These two security devices permit the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office to restrain defendants in the courtroom. Without any restraints in the courtroom, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office would have to recommend an unarmed detention officer and an armed sheriff's deputy in the courtroom. I buy that. I'm down with that. All right. So that's to the judge. That's to Pamela Hicks and Robert Abernathy. Robert Abernathy. I couldn't remember his name earlier. earlier. He is advisory counsel for the defendant. He's the one that was sitting in the corner of the room that Pamela Hicks was whispering to. And a copy emailed to Lori Daybell, prisoner G062213, 3250 West Lower Buckeye Road, Phoenix, Arizona 85009. Proper. All right, that's all I got for today, folks. That was like some to digest. Salty, you know I wasn't calling you out in the way you were raised. You know, right?
I know how well I was raised.
Yep, I do
I
too.
cuss like my grandfather, and I won't apologize for it. But when my father is present, I don't cuss in front of my father like that. But my father's not on the YouTube with me, and my people don't seem to mind it. So I can only be me. I mean, I will cuss in front of my dad, but there's certain words I won't use. I know how to respect people.
It's like me drinking in front of my dad. Like he's Mormon, right? He's LDS, so I have a problem drinking.
Yeah, I'm just
I don't do it because I'm
word
scared.
things a little differently sometimes, dude.
Yeah.
You almost made it sound like I wasn't raised right because I cuss over all the time.
No. That's not what I meant. Not at all.
Mhm.
All right, everybody. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for hanging with us. Okay? I got to check chat real quick before we go.
Yeah. They're all talking about going to the trial and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay. Janelle, come on down. Let's all go to the trial together. Trace, I know you and I are going. Salty, I know it's a little bit far for you. So
I'm not going. I got a TV.
all right.
I am not going to sit in my butt on a hard court bench and take notes. I'm going to sit right here and watch it at the comfort of my home. Yeah, she's too far for me to go.
Well, thank you for jumping up in here with me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Everybody
Anytime.
have a wonderful Monday and a wonderful week.
Bye, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Hope you got your cup of joe and filled up your morning with good things to know. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for saying hi. Together we make a difference. Be sure to come back by. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for saying hi. Together we make a difference. Be sure to come back by. Good morning. Hope you got your cup of joe and filled up your morning with good things.